Lamar Cartooning. Um, so, welcome for joining me in my cow pad. So, what I'm going to be doing today is adding more comic strip panels to Super Cow, my new comic strip that I've been running on my blog site, mycowjokes.blog. So, just going to be doing some comic strip panels for you today. I did some storyboard illustration yesterday, and I took a little bit of time today to try to figure out what was going on in the story. So I've got some of the artwork uploaded to my blog site. So let me go ahead and read a little bit of this to you so you know what's going on. So Veal is able to utilize his superpowers. So he is his mom's son, of course, and she possesses superpowers that come from the space aliens. She's a space cow, so she has superpowers. And Veal inherited some of her superpowers. And Chuck, the space aliens gave Chuck a spacesuit that has the superpowers. So once he has the spacesuit on, he has the superpowers. Hope that makes sense. Anyways, so Chuck, Mama, and Veal have space powers now. So Veal realized that he can fly, and he's having a good old time flying around. And so Chuck senses that there's something going wrong because he has that space power too. So he goes, he thinks something's wrong. So he goes back to Earth and he talks to Lola and is going, where's Veal at? Because he's out flying around. She goes, he's up there. So what happened was they were given a mission to help save the planet by space aliens. And if you guys are following me and my comic strip on mycowjokes.blog, hopefully you'll know what's going on in the cartoon. So Chuck was busy telling Veal. Veal was fooling around, flying around, and goofing off. And he says, "Listen, Veal," he says, "we're on a mission, and you got to remember that." And so he's kind of scolding Veal for not being as responsible. So meanwhile, the sheriff, because Chuck's still being chased by the sheriff because he wants his bounty. So I went ahead and I put the text down too, guys. So this is the text. While Chuck, aka Super Cow, was busy lecturing little Veal, somewhere not too far away, the sheriff and his posse are still working on capturing Chuck and all the other animals that got away. So I'm going to be illustrating the first panel, which is Sheriff and Cece and Paco driving in their car down here. I'm going to go ahead and get this close to you. There. And try to get this as close as possible so you guys can see what's going on. I hope that's going to work for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the sheriff's car real quick here. I've already lightly penciled this, you guys, so it should. Okay, yeah, that looks okay. So this is Sheriff and Cece and Paco driving through the desert, trying to find those runaways. Now, you guys, if you are following the comic strip on my blog site, you'll know that there was a paddy wagon full of cows that Chuck and Lola and the gang rescued. They thought Bill's mom was in that paddy wagon. Well, what happened was Bill's mom got kidnapped by space aliens, fish people. And so what happened was to my notes in my brain. Good luck, Mo. It's really hard referring to notes in my brain. No, I'm kidding. So what's going on is Chuck was given a spacesuit by the aliens. So these aliens are trying to keep the planet safe, and so they recruited Chuck to play an intricate role in keeping the planet safe. So there was other space aliens, and I call them fish people, because that's basically what they are. They can't live on the planet. And so what happened was they kidnapped Phil's mom, and she has the power to keep the polar ice caps frozen. But she can melt them too. She's got that power. She's got that space power. So space aliens kidnapped her, and we're going to force her to thaw out this polar ice caps, because they are fish people and they can't live. They can't live on Earth. They have to live. They have to live underwater. And their planet, the planet that they're living on, is running out of water. So they found planet Earth and thought, oh wow, real estate. We're going to make that our home. And this cow, we're going to hijack this cow and make her melt the polar ice caps. This was their plan. Hope that makes sense. Oh, thank you. Hi. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. I know people are really fun. You guys, people are really funny. It's like get a whole bunch of people checking out the the ASMR session, and they're going, really? What is going on with this lady? I'll be honest with you, I'm just having fun cartooning, you guys. That's all I got. I'm having fun cartooning, and I enjoy doing what I'm doing. I enjoy sharing it with you. That's my story. I am sticking to it. So, and seriously, I can't express enough my gratitude to those of you who get my humor. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. I love you so much. You get me. You know, you watch some of these, for me, and I'm only talking about me personally. I look at some of these cartoons that they have out these days, and some of them are really funny and very clever and very creative. And I love being part of that world. I think cartooning is kind of like a culture. Thank you so much. You know, I don't know. I think it's like a thing with people. Either you like cartooning or you don't. I don't think there's an in-between, you guys. Seriously. Seriously, guys. I could be wrong, though. I do like doing this. I do enjoy the aspect of creating stuff and sharing it with people. I do love when we do this. There, okay. Now there's Sheriff. I gave him a real big nose. Oops. Okay, these guys. Okay, these guys are trying to find those cows. All right, so here's my storyboard, you guys, and here's my visual, my panel that I'm going to be uploading. And just FYI, guys, everything is current on the blog site. the cartoons are current, and that it will get me up to speed as to what's going on in the series. And I have some plans for those animals. I do. I have some plans. I plan on making them all superheroes, you guys. And in the beginning, there was foreshadowing. And so what happened was Chuck got given, he got that suit from this Frank and Herb, the space aliens. And it came with a warning, that spacesuit that he got. It says, be careful what you wish for, because you may get it. Well, that was foreshadowing. Because now, Veal has a space suit now, too, you guys. And it comes with the same warning, little does he know. Is be careful what you wish for. And so, little Veal, I'm not sure, I'm not certain about this, but he doesn't realize that what he wishes is going to come true. So I'm thinking of probably integrating that part of the scenario and probably making the rest of his little crew. There's the rooster. There is Jeremiah, the goat. There's Lola. And Rooster, Jeremiah, Lola. Tracker Count Angel's a tracker count. He's an angel. So he's kind of like the transmitter. He kind of knows what's going on. He's kind of like the, I don't know what you call him. He communicates with those guys, the cows and the goats and things like that. So if Frank and Herb need to communicate with the animals, then Tracker Count Angel does that for them. If he needs to. I'm just guessing because I'm making this up as I go. You guys. I'm making up a story as I go. And it's kind of fun. Because, trust me, I have no idea what's going to come out of my mouth next, you guys. Seriously. I have no clue. My mouth starts yapping and going before my brain has a chance to catch up. And I do that a lot. I don't mean to, but I do. I do. So, what'd you say? It's like, never mind. I meant to say that. I do that a lot, guys. It's how I roll. So, don't mean to. It's how I roll. I hope you guys are having a great Thursday. I'm on vacation, so guys, guess what? I don't care what day it is. Every day's a cartoon day for me. Okay, so we've got to put Sheriff, we got to put these guys in there again. Paco and Lola. Okay, so this is them. I don't know, maybe I should just make them silhouettes. I think I'm going to make them just silhouettes. Because that looks kind of goomy. And it just, look, it just like the storyboard a little bit. I want it to look kind of like the storyboard. And storyboards are just, in my opinion, just kind of like concepts that I go by when I'm developing the comic strip. And now I have got to, now that there's one part in the storyboards that include them seeing Chuck. That's the spaceship. This is the spaceship, you guys. So they're not too far away. The spaceship isn't too far away from these cows. That other spaceship that belonged to the fish people, that spaceship got a hole in it. Courtesy of Chuck. He rescued Mama, and he was taking her. He was going to actually take her back to the planet. However, he was intercepted. He was intercepted by Frank and Herb, the space aliens. So there's two sets of space aliens, guys. There's the fish people who want to inhabit the planet. There's the fish people who want to inhabit the planet, and then there's the other space aliens who by the way, have a mission control center on the planet Earth. So that's why they are trying to save the planet, because their mission control is based on the planet. All right, so I've got these two panels done. So this panel right here, show you real quick. Okay, so let me just give you the dialogue. It wouldn't be fair for you to just see what's going on. Okay, so the dialogue on this one is going to be the sheriff's telling these guys, it's like, we got to get those cows back, Pacos. Those cows got away because they were in a paddy wagon. But Jeremiah helped those cows escape because they thought Mama was part of that herd, but she wasn't. So Sheriff is in still hot pursuit, which it states on the comic strip. And so they finally reached the cows that got away, the paddy wagon cows. So here they are now. And so they're looking for Mama Cow because they actually had Mama Cow in custody, and they lost her. She got put on the wrong paddy wagon and she got lost. And then if you guys are following me and are reading the comic strip on my blog site, you'll know exactly what's going on. I promise. It's not that complicated. When you read the comic strip, it makes sense. Well, to me, because I read it a few dozen times, so it makes sense to me. Anyways, so my next panel is he's trying to get those cows back because they were on a paddy wagon. Mama was on the paddy wagon, he thought. Well, she was, and then she got kidnapped. That's my story I'm sticking to. I'm trying to make it interesting for you guys. I really am trying to keep it interesting, and so I hope you guys are liking the content. I really do. Okay, this is Sheriff. He's not too happy because Mama is not in the group of cows that they thought she was in, guys. wasn't. She got kidnapped. So she was with this group of cows. These are just a couple of the cows, but she was with these cows, but she got kidnapped by the fish people. You guys, I thank you so much for getting my sense of humor. I'm telling you, it takes a special breed to get me, and I appreciate you guys. You guys are my kind of people, seriously. I love doing this for you guys. You know, like I said a long time ago when I was a kid, I wanted to be a cartoonist. I wanted my cartoons to be in the funny papers, right? And you know what? I'm probably not. I'm only speaking on my behalf, but I can understand where a lot of kids, you know, well, I was around, how old was I? Around 8 or 9 when I got the bug. It's like, I want to be a cartoonist. I want to get my cartoons in newspapers. And so I started real early cartooning, you guys. And I'm telling you, I had mountains and mountains of comics that I just compiled over the years. It was heaps of cartoons. Because I knew what I wanted to do when I was a kid. I wanted to be a cartoonist and to make people laugh. That was my dream. That's what I aspired to be. Charles Schulz and Bob Ross, you guys, seriously. Thank you so much. Oh, you guys are so sweet. You guys are amazing. And if you're following me, you know I live in a very animated neighborhood. Actually, you know what I should do, you guys, is I've been moving. I've been in the process of finding a quieter spot to land. Seriously. I'm looking, actively seeking. Can you believe it? Isn't that funny, you guys? Thank you. It's so funny. I just realized. I don't know. Does the loudness make the car faster? The louder the motor, does it make the car faster? I don't get it. I'm confused. I have nothing against people who like going fast. I think it's thrilling. I think it's awesome. That the adrenaline, I'm pretty sure it's kind of cool. But come on. Really? Can't your car be fast and quiet? I don't think so. It's so funny. I get it. I do. I have no problem. I have no problem with people, driving fast. I don't. I used to date a guy who had he owned a Chevy Stepside, and it had a Cleveland engine in it. What was it? The size of it? It was just, he had a Corvette engine in it. That's what it was. It was a step side that had a Corvette engine in it. And not only was it fast, it was loud. It was so loud, you guys. Seriously. I know. He's mad. Sheriff is not happy. He wants to get those cows, guys. He keeps hitting and missing. He's been trying to catch those cows for a while. I think for a year now. Seriously. Okay, he's all kinds of weird. Oh yeah, I'm gonna give him hair. Give him a little bit of hair. There. He doesn't have much hair. Okay. He's going, confound it. I'm gonna get that cow if it's the last thing I do. So I don't know if he's all mad at Chuck because he can't find Mama, Bill's mom, and so he doesn't know where she's at, and so he's all mad. And then he's asking Cece. He says, "Okay, what does he say?" Sheriff Floyd started to round up. Okay, he was rounding up the rest of the cattle, and he says, what did he say to Cece? Oh, he's going, Cece, you're in charge of sniffing out that cow. Chuck. And she goes, darling. So Cece's supposed to have a really good sniffer on her. So that's why she's here anyway. She was like, he used Cece to try to lure Chuck into coming back to the processing plant, but that did not work. It did not work. And this whole comic strip, you guys, I'm gonna kind of turn it into like a, I don't know, more geared towards space and neat stuff like that. Who knows what happens in outer space, you guys, right? Anything can happen in outer space. Okay. Anything can happen in outer space. Anyone who thinks that we're the only ones out there, I don't know. I would beg to differ with people who think that we're the only ones in here. There's got to be something. All the sightings and stuff like that. Things like that, you guys. So, Sheriff is saying, okay, Cece, it's time for you to sniff out this cow, because they weren't very successful trying to find Bill's mom. So Sheriff has to come up with a different plan to get Chuck. He said, Chuck has a price on his head. He's got a $10,000 bounty. And so the sheriff is trying to catch Chuck, bring him back to the processing plant, and collect his bounty, collect his money. And he has a reputation for being very stubborn. He won't stop until he catches Chuck, so that's what's going on now. So, you guys. Boy, I don't know where you guys are hanging out on the planet, but I tell you what, it's warm here in the desert. It is very warm here in the desert. Okay. There's Cece. Okay. All right, Cece. She is supposed to be finding out where Chuck is now. Okay, so this is what's going on. And you know what, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and after this is done, I'm going to do some more storyboarding. There. Okay, that's a Cece. And the sheriff's going to get busy, Cece. You gotta sniff out Chuck. And Bill's mom. So this is so then, oh, okay, so this is the part where he tells Cece, get busy and start sniffing out Chuck and Bill's mom. So then, this is the next part of the comic strip that I and guys, typically, I just go ahead and lightly pencil over, and that saves a lot of time during these sessions. So there's a method behind my madness, guys. Okay, so this is a smaller. Okay, so this is the next comic strip panel. Sorry about the glare, guys. Paco's he's got his finger pointing up the air. Here's Chuck. And so Paco's going, look, boss, what is that up there? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is it a... And Sheriff goes, cow? Hang on 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second, guys. Never mind. I'm telling you the activity that's going on my end. I'm telling you. It's crazy. Okay. So here I am back again doing Paco. So well, I'm what, guys? Currently working on getting out of here, and oh, here it is. Yay. Okay. Looking for a new place as we speak, guys. So and summer just started for me. The kids are out of school. So I got a whole bunch of time on my hands. Yay. Thanks so much for joining me, you guys. I can't tell you how much I appreciate your company. I do. trying to find a happy medium here, you guys. I just don't know what kind of body to do Paco, but I guess this body works okay. I think it does. So he's got a good foot. So the space aliens. Now, you guys, it sounds more complicated than what it is, but in the beginning, the plot to the comic strip is right now, it's space aliens trying to save the planet. And so in a roundabout way, they recruited Chuck and Bill's mom. So it was in the beginning, it was just supposed to be the three, Chuck, Bill, and Bill's mom were the ones with the superpowers. But like I said, I'm going to do some more storyboarding, and I'm going to let you in on what's going on next in the comic strip. And you would be surprised as to what's going on in my pea brain mind right now. All kinds of gooey stuff going on, but it's going to make sense when I get there. Oh, you know what, you guys? His whole uniform was blue. That's right. I was thinking that he had black pants on, but no. Paco's uniform was blue. He has black boots, is what he has, guys. This is it. So, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and outline this, guys. So he's gonna be pointing up in the air and saying, what's that, boss? And so this is the part of the comic strip where Sheriff actually sees that Chuck is, well, flying around, number one. All he sees is a flying cow right now. My Cow Joke Stop blog, if you guys are curious as to what's going on. And if you're confused now, you won't be if you read the comics. I promise you guys. Seriously. You go, oh, I get it. You go, I get it now. And you will, guys. And if you don't, let me know and I'll explain explain it to you. But it really, seriously, you guys, it should make sense. The comic strip should make sense if you just read it. Just hit the blog site for a minute and just go to episode 4 on the blog site. And it's like, oh, okay, I understand now. She's not as crazy as she sounds, you'll go. Seriously. So this one is where the sheriff, Super Cow's up here. That's Chuck. There. Okay. Guess I should make his hat a little bit bigger. I don't know. Maybe. Guess I make it a little bit bigger. There. Okay. There you go, Sheriff.